What we have seen is that the standard unit of measurement of volume or capacity is liter, is L-I-T-R-E, liter. Now a smaller unit is milliliter, M-I-L-L-I-L-I-T-R-E. Just like in length we have got millimeter and meter, in case of volume we have got liter and we have got milliliter. And 1 liter, please remember this thing please memorize this relationship, which will help you in your life as well as in the exams you sit. 1 liter is equal to 1000 milliliter. Milliliter, ml is the short form of milliliter, and this 1 liter can also be written as 1 L. Again I am writing 1 L equal to 1000 ml. That means 1 liter, 1000 milliliter. And to measure these volumes, modern people have devised standard beakers. These are standard beakers which are calibrated to measure certain volumes. For example, this beaker is calibrated to measure 500 milliliter. This beaker is calibrated to measure 2000 milliliter. Now tell me, how much is 2000 milliliter? We can easily say, if 1 liter equal to 1000 milliliter, then 2 liter will be equal to 1000 plus 1000, that is 2000 milliliter. So this is equal to 1000 plus 1000 milliliter. So this 2000 milliliter can also be written as 2 liter. So what I mean to say is that there are standard beakers which are calibrated to measure certain volumes. These are plastic beakers. The calibration you can understand more from this particular picture. You can see over here, this is a 500 milliliter beaker and these are calibrated with certain markings. See, this is 100 milliliter, this is 200, then there is 300. Suppose you fill this container up to this level, fully up to this level. You fill this container up to this level with some liquid. And this level is 300. So the liquid measured up to this level, if that liquid is filled into any container, any other container, the volume of that liquid will not change, that will remain same, and that is equal to 300. So by putting liquid into these standard containers, you can measure the volume of that particular amount of liquid. So this is a standard beaker which can measure up to 500 milliliter. This is a standard beaker which can measure up to 1000 milliliter, which is equal to 1 liter. This measure up to, you can see over here, 300 milliliter. This beaker up to 200 milliliter. And there are beakers for 10 milliliter, 5 milliliter for smaller measurements also. Now let us summarize what we have learned till now. We have been told about capacity and volume. Capacity of a container is the quantity of the liquid it can hold. The maximum amount of liquid the container can hold is the capacity, and volume represents the amount of liquid or how much space the liquid takes up in a container. So these are the definitions of capacity and volume. You should understand and you should know the difference of these two terms. Next is that we have also learned that we measure quantities of a liquid in liters and milliliters, and 1 liter is equal to 1000 milliliters. Here you see in picture number 1, we can see that the capacity of the beaker, the measuring capacity of the beaker is 500 milliliter. 500 milliliter. So capacity is 500 milliliter. Whereas we can see that the red liquid inside this beaker is filled up to the mark 300. This you can see, this is 300. So it is filled up to 300. So we can say that the volume of the liquid inside this beaker is 300 milliliters. Next, in figure 2, we can check that again. Here capacity is same that as our first picture, that is 500 milliliter. Whereas the volume, you can check water has been filled up into this beaker and up to the mark. You can check this is 100, 200, 300, 400 and this is 500. And the beaker is filled halfway between 400 and 500. Therefore, this mark comes around 450. So the volume of the liquid, the blue liquid inside the container or the beaker is 450 milliliters. So volume of liquid, the blue liquid. Next, regarding this green liquid, again here we can say that capacity is, the beaker is same in all the pictures. The capacity is 500 milliliter and the green fluid, the green liquid is filled up to mark 100. So the volume of liquid, volume of liquid, the green liquid inside the beaker is 100 ml. So if you fill this amount of liquid in any other container, say the container looks like this and the water fills up to this particular mark, then also the liquid inside this, if it is filled up from this particular beaker, then also the volume of the liquid will not change. It will be same as 100 ml because it has been, the volume of the liquid has been checked using these standard beakers. Similarly, if you put this liquid 450 ml in any other jug or a cup, the liquid inside that jug will be 450 ml and that will not change. The container may change but the volume of the liquid will remain the same because they have been measured using these standard beakers. I hope that you have understood the meaning of capacity and volume and how they are measured using these standard units. Please remember the relation between liter and milliliter, which will be very useful and important for solving questions. Thank you and keep practicing.